Hey Twin Flames, Alden here, the Twin Flame Psychic, and I want to talk about a topic today, blaming your twin flame or even blaming your own self, and how it's like not really conducive to your twin flame journey. Of course, it's bound to come up. I mean, like, we're bound to have moments where we're gonna like sink down to, like your lowest point and remember the worst thing that your twin flame ever said or did to you, or maybe you don't even know who your twin flame is and that is upsetting to you and you're blaming them for not like being revealed. I mean, it could be anything, it could be a number of things, and everyone's twin flame journey looks different, but we all know what that feeling of blame feels like, and that, you might get like some vindication, some temporary kind of like relief from working through that kind of logic of where you end up in a state of blame, but it's not really like the end game. If you are on your twin flame ascension journey, you can't really go to that place and stay there and also expect to come into your harmonious union with your twin flame. And so this is difficult for some because like it looks like your twin flame is a jerk. You have all kinds of stories about why this is true, and indeed you are perhaps the one investing in ascension coaching or thinking about it, and you've gotten a reading, or you want to invest, but what's stopping you is, you say it's this and that, but it's really like, you think your twin flame should have to do it, or that like, you feel like a sort of desperate for being the one to do it. It looks bad. But, that's kind of like saying, I don't like the way I feel about what I eat, so I'm not going to go to the store and buy different food. Like, you do invest in what you care about, and you can't really blame that on someone else. I mean, are you going to try to send like your parents the bill for your food because they didn't do a good enough job, feeding you when you grew up, and so now you have all these bad eating habits, and so they should be the ones to pay for your grocery bill. And I mean, maybe like you can argue that, but like that's not going to move you forward, and that's not going to allow you to fully claim your reality and live in it in a way that you really want to. So it's really the same exact thing with your twin flame, where like if you can just focus on what it is that you are, which you are someone who is in union at your core, and if you can really believe that, and come into a state of peace and acceptance about that, then you're going to have an easier time attracting your twin flame, and you're going to step into attracting what it is that you are, who it is that you are, back to you. And that includes your twin flame, and that includes your divine inheritance, which is like abundance, and it's a sense of purpose. It's a clear sense of purpose, because I know sometimes it is unclear, like, should I do this or that? There's so many options out there, and you want to have a comfortable lifestyle. So another benefit of this twin flame journey is that it really puts you in alignment with your purpose. And this is all a process, okay? So you can't really compare what's going on for someone else in their journey. It looks like, they're cuddling with their twin flame and they're taking really cute pictures, and look how attractive they look, and everything's going so well, and you're over there doing your inner work. You're like going to face terrible things that your twin flame won't face for you, and you're working through that they're like that they were with so and so, and they don't want to like admit what a bad mistake that was, and how horrible that was for them, and how horrible it is for like intimacy between you guys. And it's just like, what are you gonna do? Like your dog runs away or just does really annoying things, but you love your dog, are you going to do your best to make everything peaceful, for you and your pet? Or you just like, I can't handle this, I'm going to get rid of my pet? And no, your twin flame is not, a pet. But it's just that, like, you have to really choose for yourself, like, is this worth it to me, and move forward in that direction, and also surrender, because sometimes, yeah, it's like, well, hey, maybe this really isn't after all, and it's okay to go to those places and like face down what's there, but to really just like give up and like hold on to that thought that it's not worth it, you're gonna notice like it doesn't feel good, probably most likely at some point, unless you super numb out, or you just like redirect your focus so hard onto other areas of your life and distractions. And you can do that for a long time, and you can vibe with a soulmate for a long time. And I think that people also get frustrated because once you're like really, really aware of your twin flame, it's hard to be really close with a so-called soulmate or karmic, or like these different labels to people that just are not your twin flame. And I mean, you can ascribe these labels somewhat appropriately, but it kind of doesn't matter at the same time. It's just like you have one twin flame, and then everyone else isn't really truly an appropriate romantic partner. But like, how would you know that if you didn't know what twin flames were? A lot of people don't know what twin flames are, and we're not taught about twin flames, in the general public, but we are taught, a little bit about romance and through movies and things like that, some good, some bad. And so you do your best to make sense of it and to feel through that, and to maybe like go after choosing someone who seems like the best, fit for you. But then maybe you are awakened to, your twin flame. You meet them at work, you meet them online, you meet them in school, studying your life purpose. You meet them, you haven't met them yet, you meet them in your childhood, you don't talk for a long time. So you have an age gap, and you guys meet at the appropriate time where you're both adults and mature enough to handle, coming into union. So there's just so many different ways to meet your twin flame, and there's unique upsets that are going to come with each, challenge that's a part of that unique experience. But on the other side of those is something really good. So yeah, I mean, it is almost kind of funny in a way, because it's like these challenges, sometimes you can laugh at them, you want to take yourself seriously, but they're also not the reality of your union. Like, your union is sacred, it is beautiful, it is something that God has already done for you. So like, you're just really remembering that, you're stepping into it. You can call it a reunion. And you do have to let go of perhaps things that seem really terrible that your twin flame did or said. But like, are you really going to tell me that you've never said or done anything that, like, you didn't really mean in your life? I guess some people are better at really just not lashing out their emotions than others. That can be a strength, that can be a weakness. Like, you have to work through your emotions. You need to let them out. You need to move on from things that are, low vibe and holding you back and heavy, and you have to feel through them in some way in order to do that. So as you're working this process, yeah, like, you and your twin flame are going to come together, and it might look different than someone else's union, and that can be frustrating, or it can be really great for you, because you're like, oh, hey, I'm already in union with my twin flame, I can really like utilize this great relationship we have to my advantage, and that's okay too. But you also want to be careful of that and not getting caught up in yourselves, and really putting that focus back on the divine and the truth of your union. And just like, we all remain humble, whatever state you're in, and then you can really continue that ascension process, because if you're not all the way there yet, and you're probably not, then there's still more work to be done. And so you can help someone else. You can even help someone who is, more seemingly like more advanced than you are. You can help them in some way. So like never doubt yourself, that you have a gift to give, and you're not, at the same time, you're not going to be able to help everyone, and not everyone is going to appreciate your union. There's going to probably be family members and friends. There's going to be at least someone out there who is very uncomfortable about you and your twin flame, because it is a transcendental. It's it's a very peaceful, revolutionary thing, and right now, in this time we're living in, like we know that's a time of like cancel culture. I hear kids like kind of making fun of that all the time, and like, they see it too. Like everyone gets, like, people just get canceled, and it's ridiculous. Sometimes that's appropriate, but like the like how it happens is really wild, because it's like people just make up stuff, right? And so like you have to also be willing to stand in your truth as you move along into your twin flame union, because someone is going to try to cancel you probably as well, like maybe. And that could just be in your personal life if you have no social media presence, but a lot of people have a lot of connections these days in one way or another, because we're all able to connect and share more with each other. Some people, really keep it on the down low, but yeah, you have to be okay with like really choosing what's best for you, and know that like other people can always choose that for themselves too. It's not like it's not a competition. Like everyone has their own twin flame, and that's another thing, is that it's not just for a special few. Like you and your twin flame are like very special and very unique, and maybe there is a reason why you're still separated, if that's the case, from your twin flame, that's beyond something you would be able to know, because God has a plan for you. But if you're working diligently on your union and you are choosing to invest your energy into it, that's really what matters, to just continue going. And then also, once you get where you think you want to go, are you still going to love in that place? And are you still going to continue to ascend? Because that's another kind of spiritual test, if you will. These places, sometimes where we think we're so mastered, become a place where we need to, at some point, actually, keep really like going and ground into more, or raise up to higher vibrations more. I mean, it's both, right? Like we ground into the higher vibration, so it's one thing, but sometimes it feels like you're hitting a rock bottom point, and sometimes it feels like, oh my God, things are going so well. And that is also normal, to experience that. Like, so it's a good thing. It's a good journey, because like the things do get better, and they do really feel like more and more in alignment for you. So, like, what's the value of investing in your journey? You're going to harmonize your union, and you're going to also like feel better and uncover and clear blocks along the way that have to do with that. It's not like different really from like a health journey or anything else in a way that's like really fundamental to your life. It's like maybe you're going after, one thing in the beginning, but really it's about your whole life coming together. But if you stay focused on that union, then like you're going to really like have that union in other places in your life too. And it is important, because those very places that don't seem like that related to your union might be exactly what would tear it apart if you also didn't heal those as well along the way. And, you don't always know, for instance, like what your past life was, your most recent one, or like, you don't know the whole story of your twin flame either. Probably, even if you think you know it all, like there's always more too, because they're like a whole person. All this time that you've spent in this lifetime is all the time that they've spent as well. So there's a lot of really lovely, like, getting to know each other that can be done as you go along too, and as you come into communication, and as you really just like keep clearing those blocks. So yeah, it's a very worthwhile thing to do, and it's also a very like financially a good idea, because it does help you clear blocks. Also, if you have blocks around like poverty consciousness, when you might not like think you do or be working so hard at it, but again, you want to keep going deeper somewhere where you might seem mastered. You know, you want to keep going. You want to keep going. Maybe if you are someone who doesn't with your work ethic too, and keep perfecting that, because it feels so good. It feels so good to like really be of service in a way that is in alignment with you, and to be able to be supported in doing that is, you know, it's icing on the cake. So, like, we all have a unique twin flame and a unique purpose, and, you know, our unique relationship with God too. And so, like, that's going to come through your union, and that's really attractive. You know, that's really attractive to other people, and you can feel how good it feels to kind of like be with your twin flame in that place, and sharing that with others, and being an inspiration too. You know, just in your everyday life really, it counts. Or even if it's just like, you know, you're in the woods and it's little squirrels around you and trees, that's beautiful too, you know. Like, so this this union thing, it's real. It's not just like a 5D thing. And blaming your twin flame, as you let go of that, you're going to feel more of the union feeling, and that's a very good thing. And then you just don't want to stop there. You really want to keep going. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you later. Take care, and blessings on your twin flame journey too. Bye.